Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sochna and soch karna, two things. Thinking and worrying. Both are thoughts. When we think, it is a thought. When we worry, it is a thought. So, first we have to determine whether we think or we worry. See? Most of us have this notion that worrying is thinking. So what is the difference between the thinking and worrying? The difference between thinking and worrying is that thinking process which entangles us in our own thinking process is called as worrying. Worrying is an attempt to solve the non-existing problems. Worrying is a refusal to remain in the present. See? But this is a thought process only, nothing else. And thinking is also a thought process by which we initiate the process in such a manner that we do not get entangled in our own thinking process. See, one or two examples I'll give you. How we get entangled in our own thinking process and how it can be stopped. We have one very funny notion that we want to be good to others. Then we want to do good to others. See? As regard we are concerned, we have destroyed ourselves. But now we want to do good to others. Yesterday one person asked me this question. Swami, I want to do good. What should I do? I said, do good. The question is, what is the meaning of doing good? See? Suppose I say, I want to improve Amma. What is the foundation of this thought? First of all, I have to accept that I have already condemned her. And therefore, I want to improve her. See, friends. Therefore, all those who get entangled in their own thinking process is they worry about helping others. We try to solve somebody else's problem. See? And it can never happen. The net result is we are frustrated and they are frustrated. Therefore, when we are thinking, are we thinking or worrying? This we have to find out. Now, how do we worry? This example which I gave you, that this person wanted to do good to others. Suppose I want to do good to others. What will I think? I will think study of Vedanta is the best thing in the world. Therefore, everybody should study Vedanta. Then the second person. He is practicing yoga. So what is the good for him? What good he can do to the whole world? Twist the whole world bodily. I am doing good to the world. The third person. He is busy in disturbing the God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If you want to do good to you, take this mala. Start. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. In short, our definition of doing good to others is nothing but imposition of our definition of goodness on others. We decide what is good for others. See, friends, about this I will give an example. Please come. We are just waiting for you. So, I was traveling from Allahabad to Howrah by train many, many years before. And my host, he gave me the ticket. We are already late. And somehow or the other, I had to rush and get into the train. The ticket he gave, I kept it in my pocket. Got into. Then the TT came. So I showed, it is my berth. He looked at me. I talked to him in Hindi. So he looked at me. He said, get down next station. You have no reservation. I said, again in Hindi, politely I said, look here. I had to go there for a lecture. Don't talk to me. Get down means get down, okay? And he went ahead. And then I said, what is to be done now? It was night, 10 o'clock. Where will I get down? So when he again came back, he again said, you are still here in Hindi. Then I started talking to him in English. People in UP can't talk proper English, particularly if they are, railway department. So when I started talking to him in English and I explained him that this is the thing, so you please excuse me, I just stand or sit here, I will not disturb anybody, please don't push me out. Now he could not reply in English, so he said, okay. That day I discovered Angreji Maiya ki Jai. See? And then I was sitting with my suitcase near the toilet. I was sitting there like this, train was going on. And in that, those 6 berths, 3 this side, 3 this side. Those 3 berths, this side they were occupied by 3 people. And that side 3 persons, the top person went. The ground, this lower berth and the middle berth. The lower berth person was the spiritualist. He comfortably opened his bottle. And then the water and the eatables. And the middle berth fellow, he had no courage to say anything. So he went somewhere. And now he started. And as the bottle was emptied and drum was filled, he became really spiritual. Then he asked me, how long are you going to stand there? I said, till we reach Howrah. No, you can't stand. I said, then what do? Come and sit here. He gave me a seat. See, it was nice. And after some time, he slept. His Charana Kamal was in my lap. His feet were in my lap. And he slept nicely. So, after about 7-8 hours, he got up. Oh, you are still sitting here? I said, yes. He went to bathroom and all that. He said, now you sleep. Now, we should never argue with spiritual people. So I slept. And then next day morning when we reached Howrah, people came to receive me with the garland and all that, the tradition in India. So he said, oh, you are a big man. I said, no, I am not a big man. These people are just like that. So he said, I want to give you something. I said, I don't need anything. No, you did not tell me even once, stop drinking. On the contrary, when I was losing my balance, you gave me the bottle and a glass and helped me. You did not condemn me that I was drinking. I said, why should I drink as long as you don't ask money from me? Continue. Good. Then he said, no, but I want to give you. So he took out a bundle, 10,000 rupees, and wanted to give it. I said, look here, I don't need it. Then what do? I said, if you want to do something, any child who is not able to study for want of money, take care of his education expenses. That will be the best thing you can do. Any advice for me? I said, no advice. You are a very nice person. I love you. Bye-bye. Then he himself told me. He said, from today onward, I decide I will stop drinking. And the amount I have to spend for drinking, that I will use for some good cause. I said, God bless you. See, we want to impose our views on others. The real love is accept the people as they are. Then we think. But normally what happens, see, these days, what is going to happen to this nation? See, never there was such a terrible time in this world. One person came and, this is called as worrying. One person came and said, Swamiji, when your Krishna is going to take avatar? I said, a lot of time is there. No, it's no hurry. No, but there can't be a worse time than this. I said, how do you say this is the worst time? Earlier it was not like that. I don't think. Okay. Afterwards it will not be like that. I don't think. Earlier you were there? No. Afterwards you will be there? No. Now the times are worse and you are there. You got the answer? You are the culprit. Don't worry, friends. The world is going perfectly well as it is required. See, we unnecessarily worry. You are simultaneously parents as well as children. With reference to your parents, your children. With reference to your children, your parents. Are we worried about our parents? Do we want our parents to be changed? Why? No option. Nobody can say, I wish my mom was Marilyn Monroe. No. Nobody thinks. Whatever she is, the best one, is it not? So when we accept our parents as they are, we don't worry. But when it comes to our children, we expect so many things, and then the complaints begin. See? Like, the mothers. One mother came to me. She said, Swamiji, this world is too bad. I said, look here, don't complain. I have not created the world. Go and complain to whomsoever he has created. Do you know how? So what happened? My neighbor came and gave me sweets in the morning. Now imagine, the world is bad. Why? Because the neighbor came and she gave me sweets in the morning. I said, what a lovely bad word this is, which gives you sweets in the morning. You don't know, Swamiji. Because her son stood in merit list, she gave me the sweets. Then I said, this is too much. I said, Mama, what are you talking nonsense? If my son will come in merit, I will do the same thing. You don't understand, that's why you are Swamiji. I said, okay, tell me. She did not give me sweets because her son came in merit. My son failed 4 times. And therefore, to cut my nose, she came and gave. Look. What ladies can think, God even cannot think. They are given special ability. What they can think, nobody can imagine that. See? So I kept quiet. Then her question, Swamiji, other people's children come in merit, but why my child fails? Then I asked her, I said, if you sow the chili seeds, don't expect tomatoes to hang to that plant. Swamiji, I don't understand what you talk. I said, thank God you didn't understand. Or else you will make my chutney. See, friends. Accept the things as they are, you are in a thinking process. Revolt, object, want any change in around you, you are in a worrying process. See, our reactions are like what? We eat the chilies. It's very hot. Chilies are to be hot. If it is a rainy season, oh, it's raining too much. Naturally, therefore, it is the rainy season. See? If it is winter, oh, it is too cold. Therefore, it is winter. So, what is our technique? Our technique is, when it is cold, we don't like the cold. When it is hot, we don't like the hot. When it is raining, we don't like the rains. See? Now, change your attitude. You start thinking, this is what has helped me in my life. Like, I don't like peace. I like chaos. So anywhere you go, you will be happy because everywhere there is chaos. On the contrary, you imagine, I like absolute peace. Nobody should come late. Everybody should come on time and sit here for lecture as if after the lecture is over, they will be sent to the Hitler's chamber of poison gases. If I do that, I can never be happy. On the contrary, I know very clearly, I have come here only for a time pass. You also have come here for a time pass. Together we time pass, relax and go. Then you are thinking. There is nothing to be achieved in this world. Worry is worrying about what is the purpose of life. I was conducting one management seminar for Mahindra and Mahindra company, which manufactures cars and all that. New recruits from Pune, maybe about 150, 200 of them, all engineers. So my management lecture was over. Then standard procedure, question answers. So one young boy said, Swamiji, this is not the question regarding what you talk to, or because you are a Swamiji, I want to ask you a different question. I said, okay, ask. What is the question? The question is, what is the purpose of life? Anybody who asks a purpose of life, he is frustrated. See? So, I asked him, please tell me who are you? Swamiji, I am engineer. I said, very good. Which engineer? Are you a stone and brick engineer? That means civil engineer. He said, no. Then I asked him, are you a software engineer? He said, no. Then are you a hardware engineer? No. Then are you a screwdriver? Yes, I am a mechanical engineer. Means the screwdriver engineer. I said, very good. You have made my job perfectly well. Screwdriver has no purpose. It is lying in its own place. The one who holds the screwdriver, he has the purpose. See, to tighten somebody's screw. He has the purpose. Screwdriver has no purpose. Exactly the same way, we are all screwdrivers. We have no purpose. The one who will wield us in his hand, he has a purpose. And which screwdriver will lift? The one which is fit. You must have experienced this thing, sometimes the screwdrivers are such that you put the head of the screwdriver into the niche of the screw and it slips. It slips. What will you do? Throw it away. Then you take the second screwdriver, fit it, and try to move. When you try to move, only the handle moves. Throw it away. Then we take the third one, where the head fixes properly and you can tighten or loosen the screw as required. So what is that we have to be is a perfect instrument. When we are a perfect instrument, his purpose will be fulfilled through us as his instrument. See? Many years before, I asked my Swamiji, I want to write on this book. So he looked at me. That time I was pretty young. He looked at me. Not now. So 6 months gone. But that inside, uncomfortable feeling. Again I asked, now shall I start writing? No, not now, later. But I was committed. Again, then he gave me one answer. He said, look here, don't run after work. When you are a fit instrument, work will come to you. See? We decide what we have to do. The screwdriver decides, kisko tight karo. He has no choice. See? Screwdriver has no choice. So what the screwdriver should do? Remain as a fit instrument. Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet. Remain as a fit instrument. Physically, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. So physical fitness is what we have to do. And what is the physical fitness? Physical fitness doesn't mean that we have the biceps replaced by the thigh muscles. And such people, huge weight lifting and everything kind of thing. And how long they will do? Till they are 27, 28, 30 maximum. After that, they realize their mistake. I have wasted time in lifting the weights and putting it down, lifting the weight, putting it down. And when they stop lifting the weight, all the muscles which were accumulated here, they start coming down. And then the bulge comes, sumo. See? That is not being a fit bodily instrument. Bodily, if we are fit, three things will disappear. One, laziness will go away from us. Any person who is lazy, he is bodily unfit. See? There were two lazy persons lying below a berry tree, and very hot climate, just lying like that. So one horse rider was going. He saw two people are lying down. He thought something might have happened, so he went to them. So one lazy person said, "Oh, you have come, very good. You know, this man next to me is so lazy." He is also lying down. He is so lazy that one berry has fallen right on my umbilicus, well. So I told him, please lift it and put it in my mouth. But he is so lazy, he didn't do that. The other lazy fellow said, he said, no, he is more lazy than me. When I was sitting like this, lying down like this thing, one berry fell in my mouth. And then the saliva started coming. And a dog came and started leaking. So I told him, remove this dog. But he did not do it. See how lazy he is. See, friends, healthy means our body is available to us whenever we want, for whatever length of period we want. See? Our body is not available to us. Even people, when they sit, they can't sit in one posture for maybe half an hour. I am not telling you. See, they keep on moving, like the idli stone. Sometimes this way, sometimes this way. Sometimes take the leg over here, then stand. See, fit body, then fit mind. Fit mind is that mind which is never emotional on any issue. We must have emotions, but we must not be emotional. See? When we are emotional, we become weakling. See, he did not talk to me properly. Then start Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati and tissue paper. Never become emotional in life. See? When we become emotional, we are very strong egoist. You know who is emotional? Who is constantly seeking attention from others. So, a old man in the house. Babuji, what happened to you? What has not happened? Understand, he is emotional. See, somebody said something to you. What is not said? Everything is said. See? Do you want something? What can I want? Give one. Whenever we are emotional, we are only attracting attentions of others. Such a person is not a fit instrument. Such a person is constantly worrying. See? In this world, I am the most unwanted thing. See, indirectly talking to the whole world around. Never do that. Third, intellectual fitness. Intellectual fitness is never try to, three things I'll tell you. Number one, never try to make anybody happy. Never. Why? Because we all live in a democratic setup. Everybody has a right to be miserable. If somebody wants to be miserable, tadhastu. Second thing, never try to make anybody miserable. Why? Everybody is self-sufficient. You don't have to do anything. Third thing, never try to solve anybody's problems. Life becomes very simple. See? We are going to stay in Suman's house. If some more people come, what will be done? Why worry? She is there to think. You bring more people and relax. Always create problems. Don't solve problems. You will be happy. Then only you can think positive. Otherwise, all the time worrying, if this happens, if that is, nothing is going to happen. Look here, relax. See? And in this manner, when we take this as the approach to life, you will be withdrawn from the world with a click of a mouse. Now nothing disturbs you. When nothing disturbs us, then only we start thinking. Kastvam koham kutamayataha kame janani ko me tataha iti paribhavaya sarvamasaram vishvam tyaktva swapna vicharam bhaja govindam bhaja govindam. Thinking is that process which brings us back home. See, normally we think to go away from ourselves. And the reason is, the Kathopanishad tells, Paranchi khani vetrunas swayambhu tasmat paran pashyati nantaratman kaschid dhiraha pratyagatma namaikshat avrutta chakshuhu amrutattvamichan. As long as we are sitting in our sense organs, we will be extrovert. An extrovert person is always worrying. See? And kaschid dhiraha, rare indeed is that wise man, avrutta chakshuhu, he is able to be not extrovert, but self-oriented. Avrutta chakshu amrutattvamichan. Seeking something higher in life. When we seek something higher in life, we initiate the process of thinking. When we seek something base, lower in this life, we initiate the process of worrying. So worrying we all know. We are expert. How to convert the worrying into thinking? Worry about God. Bichara. Must be regretting, why did I create this fellow? You anyway go on thinking about him. The more you will think about something higher, lower things will automatically drop. See how it is. Take an example. About earth, you start thinking. So many things you can think. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. About waters, only 4 things. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa. Fire, only 3 things. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa. No Rasa, no Gandha. About air, Shabda, Sparsha. Sound and touch. About space, only sound. Then come to the mind. Mind has no sound, no touch, no form, no taste, no smell. How can you think about mind? Therefore, when we withdraw from the gross and enter in the subtle area of our experience, the process of worrying drops and the process of thinking, contemplation begins. At this moment, if you observe the quality of your mind, you are not worrying, you are not sleeping, mind is almost stand still. What we have done is thinking. And when we worry, we go away from us. Oh, it's raining, I kept the window open. I hope the water doesn't come inside the house, If the water comes in, my bed is there, literally bed. Then I have to sleep on the water bed, Then I will get pneumonia. Then I have to go to the hospital. And if I go to hospital, I don't have medical care. Go away from ourselves to such an extent that we forget where we are. There was, in summer days in India, there was a pot maker who made hundreds of pots. And his shop is only on the roadside below a tree. Now, this is how the people buy. So, he had little food and then heat and then lullaby and he slept. And they started worrying. I have got 1,000 pots made. If I sell 100 pots per day and if I get 10 rupees per pot as a profit, I'll get that much. And then if the heat becomes more people will buy, the more pots, I will get more benefit. And in that mood, he started dreaming that all his pots were sold out and he got thousands of rupees. Then he decided, now I am going to buy a car and never do this rubbish business. And with the stick in his hand, tang, and all the pots were broken. See, this daydreaming is a habit of worrying. See, friends, this habitual thinking, what is called as manorajya, it happens only when we are expert in worrying. Keep on worrying, keep on worrying. Then after some time it becomes such a necessity. I went to one Punjabi family in South India. All her children were, big retired people. They also were grandparents. So this lady, 98, not out. I was told by her children, Swami, tell our mother, she unnecessarily goes on worrying about everybody. Now, I am a grandfather, so why she should worry about my grandchildren? But she keeps on worrying. And we get fed up, you tell her not to worry. So, there is nothing like free dinner. People get the work done and then they give food. So, I talked to that Amma. I said, Mama, why do you worry so much? Oh, you also came to tell me the same thing. This is the only thing I can do. If I don't do this, then what will I do? Again, another worry. Friends, worry is like a mental eczema. Those who get the eczema, they are so, Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanam. And when they start bleeding, the others say, stop that, man. What a joy it was, As the skin has got the eczema, it is never painful. It is joyful. In the same manner, mental eczema is worrying. We find out the reason to worry. See? And such a person who is expert in worry, he is never quiet. When others laugh, no. What you are taking? No, nothing. See? And such people consider themselves to be that, no, I am little sentimental. Little is sentimental, more is mental. See? When we talk to ourselves and others cannot hear, we call ourselves to be sentimental. When we talk to ourselves, but others also can hear, then it is called as the mental. All the mental people, whether depression, frustration, these are all the habits of worrying. See, wise people also withdraw from the world, but they are not depressed. The depressed people also worry from the world, but they are all the time worried. Relax and be cheerful and happy. But those who are worrying expert, they don't like anybody happy around them. Example, one lady after my lecture, she came as if, I have committed a crime in not getting married. All the time you tell, be happy, be happy, be happy. Get married and show how to be happy. Meaning, marriage is a license to be miserable. Don't justify yourself being miserable is right. When we start justifying our miserable status as right, we are in a process of worrying. What is thinking? Thinking is like this, One person came to me and as a husband, he will have only one topic, wife. So he said, Swamiji, I am extremely disturbed because of my wife. I don't know what should I do. Now, one is the process of thinking, other is the process of worrying. Okay. So, first of all, I will tell him the process of thinking. I say, look here, my friend, you are a husband, is it not? Yes. Husband is not a proper noun. It's a common noun. And no husband in the world is ever happy. So, if you are miserable, it is a natural state. Why? Every husband is miserable? Yes, you don't know. You ask me. There are so many husbands come and tell us. Therefore, don't worry. On the contrary, if you are not miserable, then there is something wrong. No, I am sufficiently miserable, then very good. Process of thinking. See? Now process of worrying. He comes and tells, Swamiji, I am fed up because of my wife. Then I tell him, don't tell anybody, but I am also. Why no wife? I feel so lonely without the wife. See, at least you have somebody to fight with. With whom will I fight? With the wall? See, worrying. Now the choice is ours. When you look at the world with the eye of wisdom, you start thinking. When you look at the world with the eye of foolishness, you start worrying. See? Who is in this world who is not having some problems? See? In Panchadashi, this topic comes. We have got 3 bodies: gross body, subtle body, and casual body. Gross body, what you can see, subtle body, the mind, and causal body, incomplete knowledge about our identity. Now these 3 bodies have got 3 types of diseases. Gross body will have different types of diseases. The subtle body, mind will have different types of diseases. And diseases are the sign of life. See, if there is no disease, then it is a dead body. So if we have got some disease, thank God I am still alive. This is thinking. But why it happened to be one in Jet Airways pilot, very good friend of mine. He got a heart attack and operated and all that. So I went to see him in the hospital. He says, Swamiji, you know my life. He was such a disciplined person. He will never smoke, not drinking, not eating non-vegetarian, go for a long run every day, very fit body, perfect thing, and cheerful, ha ha, hoo hoo. Sometime when he is in the same flight where I was, so he will tell from the cockpit, Swami, Hari Om, welcome to our airlines, like that, So cheerful and joyful. When he had a heart attack, I went and met him. He said, Swamiji, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't know why this happened to me. I said, therefore it happened to you. This is thinking. Why this happened to you? Maybe in the last life, you must have done some sin. Then it is worrying. Don't get into cause and effect. Sort out the problems there and then. Why this doesn't happen? We are not understanding the urgency of it. Suppose my house is on fire. Will I phone like this to the fire brigade? Hello, how are you? I was just thinking about calling you. Never got an opportunity. By the way, everything is okay at home? Your wife, your children? Are you getting your medical bills reimbursed? Everything is fine? What happened, man? Who are you? No, man, just my house is on fire. If you get time, please drop. See? When our house is on fire, we even don't tell who we are, where the house is on fire, because urgency is there. When we have urgency, we start thinking. When we have no urgency, we start worrying. See, take your day-to-day example. Small kids, like when many people ask me a question about meditation, spirituality, I feel pity on myself. See, take this example. Small kids, they do not know how to walk because they are human children. Then they have to learn. Will any child ever say or do this thing? First step he takes, he falls down, I am not going to walk, I can't walk. No. He doesn't go and ask his mummy, Mummy, when you were small baby, how did you start walking? He doesn't ask. Then he develops his own techniques. See? He will hold something. Oh, if I hold, I can stand also. Very good. New thing I discovered. Then he started holding anything. The curtain holds it. See, he's so happy. And then he goes to the dining table. Everything is on the top. And then the tablecloth is hanging down. And he said, this is a good place to stand, do my experiment. And he does, and everything comes on the floor. He is happy. I could stand. Who cares whatever? I was thinking. Not worrying. Children don't worry. Elders don't think. Therefore, children are happy. Elders are always miserable. Have you seen any child worried about Barishari? He's enjoying, let's go and play. And we oldies, Barishari, kya hoga? You are going to die. Friends, stop this wrong process of thinking. That thought process which allows your inherent bliss to burst out, that thought process is thinking. That thought process which makes you miserable is worrying. See, you go to somebody's place. It happened, Here there is nobody. Is there anybody Chinese here? Nobody? Then I'll tell you. It so happened. I went somewhere. My friend, he had a Chinese wife. And very sweet. They say Chinese make very good wives. So she was a very good wife. And within 2 years only she died. So when I came to know, I went to meet him. And he was so miserable. So you know how nice she was. She was liking you so much. Why? Now you can tell him, it's okay now, nothing can be done. It's okay. But why she died? I said, you want to know? Yes. I said, Chinese stuff never lasts long. Okay? That is thinking. Why? Because the sky is too high. Hey, friends, when we ask questions to others, we are worrying. When we find out the answers, we are thinking. Many people ask this question. I very clearly tell them, I say, look here, question is in your mind. When money is in your pocket, I cannot become rich. The money must be in my pocket. So what should I do? I should find out a technology by which, by the Bluetooth, your money can be transferred to my pocket. Then it is thinking. See? In the same manner, if you have doubts, and when you ask questions to others, you will get reply, you will never get an answer. That which gives answers to your problems of life is thinking. That which generates questions is worrying. See how simple it is. You find out. Upanishad says, Kripanaha phalahetavaha. Those who are, Kripan means conjuice, very, what do you call? Miser. Very miser. Little bit of, intellect we have. And that also we, spend it in thinking. Keep it for worrying in the old age. See, if you really start the process of thinking, you will have no worries, you will have no complaints, you will have no comparisons, you will never be disturbed. Try this. Worry, how to do this? Immediately the worry will start. Ye to theek hai, but how to do that? You find out. Nobody can tell you. See, friends. Therefore, both the things, worrying and thinking, both are thoughts. One is a thought process that liberates you from your own problems, we are the one who create the problem. Other thought process which initiates the problems is called as worrying. So let us find out, first of all, are we thinking or worrying? And the day you discover that majority of our thinking is only worrying, what will happen after I die? My wife, my children. One husband and wife. After 5 years of marriage, the wife asked, honey, the sticky fellow said, will you, if I die, will you, look here, don't talk that, I'll become mad. Don't talk about your death, husband said. No, let me talk. No talking on this topic. I'll become mad. Then another 5 years passed. Honey, 5 years passed now, we are now 10 years married. I want to ask the same question. If I die, I told you the answer already, I'll become mad. No, now you have to listen. 10 years are over. Okay. If I die, will you get married again? I won't become that mad to get married again. Again, another 5 years passed, 15 years. After 15 years, again the same question. Honey, do you remember I asked you after 5 years, if I die, will you get married? You said you will become mad. Then you say you will not become that mad. Now I want to know from you, if I die, will you get married? Madman can do anything. So she was worrying and he was thinking. See, friends, nothing in this world can justify that you are miserable in life. Nothing can justify. See? And once you recognize this principle, you will stop worrying automatically. We unnecessarily worry about the world. What will happen after I die? First die to say, then we'll see afterwards. See? We don't think properly. We know our parents, some of us know grandparents, very few people know great-grandparents. Before that 4th generation, nobody even thinks once about their 4th generation, not even one thought. Because unwanted. Same is going to be your and my story. But our worry is, if I die, what will happen to my property? Are Maharaj, if you die, it will not be your property. Somebody else will take it. See, just take this life in the light of wisdom. There is not a single problem in this world to be solved. See, chili is hot. Is it a problem? See, in the rainy season it rains. Is it a problem? The fire is hot. Is it a problem? Eyes can see. Is it a problem? Mind can think. Is it a problem? There is no problem anywhere in the world. With this attitude, when we live our life, we are thinkers. And those who are worrying people, they are philosophers. There was a philosopher, he had one wife and one child. And the wife was cooking and this fellow was crying. Finally she got angry. She told her husband, look after him, I have to cook the food, This fellow is constantly crying. So she put him on this table. And the philosopher and started talking to him. In a fraction of a second, the child kept quiet. Now the wife is worried. What happened? This fellow is crying so much. The moment he has gone there, he has become quiet. So she came running. What did you do to him? So the child, beta, what happened? No, Papa started philosophy. I better keep quiet. See, frustration presented in a dignified language is philosophy. All philosophers, Socrates said it. Every man should get married. If he gets a good wife, his life is wonderful. If he doesn't get, he becomes a philosopher. Similarly, every woman should get married. Because how long can you go on blaming God for everything? Look at the world with the eye of wisdom. You will never be miserable in this world. So the choice is ours. Find out whether we are thinking or worrying. Stop worrying. Then you stop thinking also. And when you stop thinking, you are always in the utter present. Every thought takes us away from ourselves. Every thought. When there is no thought, we are with ourselves. So first, diagnose whether it is worrying or thinking. And we will come to know in most of the cases it is worrying. So how to get rid of the worrying? Don't worry. Be happy. How to be happy? Start telling yourself, I am happy. Somebody asks you, hey, how are you? Don't tell the truth. How are you? I am happy. Not like that. How are you? Jinda hai. I was in England. We had a very nice bright day. So we took the car and went with some picnic kind of thing. In the open area, we parked the car and there were few Britishers sitting there. And one elderly man only with the Bermuda chaddi and with the beer bottle and sitting. So I went to his picture and all that. Then I asked him, hey young man, how are you? Not bad. So I asked him, Sir, I'll again ask you the same question, but you reply the way I tell you. What? Because he was already spiritual. What? And then when I'll ask you, how are you? You said, I am happy. He said, but I am not. You say at least. Try. Okay. How are you? Trying to be happy. Insist. You are happy. And see, your complete chemistry will change. See, to be happy, you don't have to be happy. Go on insisting. You will see your whole life will change. Such a person lives always in the present. 100% presence is living in God. 100% presence is pure love. 100% presence is absolute bliss. We are hardly present 100%. Mind is divided into so many objects, so many times, so many places, so many relations, so many possessions, and this divided, disintegrated mind is a mine of worries. And when we are happy, that time we are 100% present. Because happiness cannot be divided. Either you are happy or you are not happy. Thoda thoda hai. Very simple thing. Give it a chance. Therefore, when you go to sleep, doesn't matter whether you say Ram 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 or not. Read something light. Something very light books. Or jokes. Or go to the internet, Google, today's best jokes. Sleep. Your whole life and night you will be happily sleeping. And those who sleep happily, they snore loudly. Give it a try. It is possible and we should, we must. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.